Hey WaveGang, Reis is out this week, so I thought I'd just give you somewhat a behind-the-scenes look of the podcast and give sort of my view on how our team is running here. So just welcome to the first installment of StaffCast. It's just going to be a short episode today. It's going to be audio only, just filming it right after a shift here at work. So I just really want to kind of introduce myself as the editor and kind of talk about my experience I've had working on the podcast so far. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a full Wavyshi episode out for you guys later this week. If not, episode 10 will be out next Sunday. We should be answering questions submitted by all of you. So make sure to tune in and not miss out on that. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if we'll continue the StaffCast kind of like as a normal thing or not with me and Jana. We'll just have to see. Hopefully at the end, just let me know if you guys want this to continue. Just post something down in the comments and we'll consider it. We might. It might be a little weird, but we might do it. So just to introduce myself, I'm Eric. I go by Breezy on the podcast. I do a little bit of everything. Mainly I'm the editor, so I put together like all the episodes and make all the clips. But I also do like thumbnails and I help plan episodes. I manage our little production team, like me and Jana, our artist. And I do like general advisement for the team. So if we decide to do something, I, help decide to do something. If that makes sense. So just a little bit about me, my like creative background, I guess. I've been more into game development side of things. So I've worked on Roblox doing like programming and 3D modeling. So doing the whole thing of building out programming, designing, and publishing a game, either through myself or through a game studio. I've had a lot of work through that, and I've also done work similar to that, although not within the game development realm, in high school. And I also did, I learned a bit of film and production through high school as well, which has kind of helped me get started working on the podcast, but it's not like the main push for it because it was kind of a simple class, but it was interesting and it kind of got the point across. But yeah, right now I just finished actually a shift here at work. I work full time here at Kroger as a lead in the pickup department, just running one of the people that run the back room here. I've done that for quite some time. Actually, I was on episode 4 of the Wavyshi Podcast. So if you want to go check that out, you'll learn a little bit more about me. Although I'm not sure how much we went into that. For like college and stuff, going to the future past the podcast. I'm trying to get more into like business side of stuff. I obviously still want to do creative things, but I don't want that to be like my main career or anything. I want to get into business, either through maybe even running a business or like business management and analytics. I think that'd be really fun because I've always had an interest in like the numbers of a business, the operation and logistics of it, and just getting from point A to point B. I find that really interesting, and it's fun to kind of work that out, which I think hopefully in the future, if the podcast takes off, maybe we'll be able to put some of that to use. That'd be really fun. But we'll see. It's all up to you guys, I guess. Me and Reis met here at work as well because we both work together. Actually, our whole team works together. Me, Reis, and Jana, our artist. We all met back in March, right when COVID started to hit. That's when those two came on. I was already working there a year in advance, but yeah, we all met through work, and we've kind of just grown our relationship ever since. We talk a lot, we play games every now and then, and now we work on this. So we get a lot of socializing in with each other, especially working on this because we're always hard at work. But yeah, so I got started actually with the podcast because I mentioned to Reis that my editing, my processing gear was so much better than his, and I can render a video in like 5 minutes when it would take him 30. So he's like, maybe I'll maybe I'll get you on this. So, I was like, that might be fun to try and do something new and creative with the podcast, with one of my friends. So yeah, here we are. The first episode I put together was actually episode 3. Was that with Sarah Humpert, I think? Yeah. So that was the first one that I personally worked on. But yeah, I think we've grown as a team a lot since then. And I think our production has grown a lot since then, just because we're all really actually new to this. So pretty much every single episode we put out, we find ways to improve, and pretty much with our art, our editing, our topics, we just improve with everything, I think. Because we're learning, and it's a process. We're getting there. And so yeah, as I've kind of worked on this podcast more with Reis, I've kind of developed more of like an end goal for what I want our podcast to be. And the whole Wavyshi, the whole keeping it wavy kind of brand is that you stay real to who you are, and you kind of break it down, have deeper conversations, and just be yourself, and yeah, good stuff like that, keeping it real and everything like that. So the goal I've kind of created for the podcast for myself is I want to be that podcast that, instead of interviewing like the big celebrities, the big media personalities, we interview the people behind those personalities. So like the producers, the editors, the artists, the music designers, everyone that makes that personality be as good as they are. So that we want to get that behind the scenes, because I think that'll be an interesting different look into the media world and what actually goes behind creating these big personalities that are out there. Because they all have massive teams. A lot of them are actually incorporated. They have their own companies that run their whole brand and all their production staffs. So it'll be an interesting thing to try and get them on and get that behind the scenes, because I don't think there's something out there like that. I may be wrong, but I think that'll be a very interesting take on the whole media world. Yeah, so I actually really enjoy working on this podcast, just for myself, and partly because I get to work with my friends and putting out content every week, which is a very kind of exhilarating thing to do when you get to post a piece of your work online. I don't know, it's kind of fun, but it helps you kind of get out there and talk with people, and kind of throw your ideas at different people, and kind of work with the team and put together an actual product. And it's a whole other process working with the team instead of doing it by yourself, because you have all these conflicting ideas that you have to turn into something, and all find a common ground and make something that you all like and appreciate. But aside from that, I know I mentioned back in episode 4 that I had a lot of shyness, and I think this running this podcast has really helped me get out more and socialize. Makes me kind of get over some of the fears that I have, which is kind of one of the reasons I stick with it, just because it helps me. I don't know, I like it. It's fun. It's fun. It's helpful. I learn a lot about myself and others. So I don't know. I think it's fun. But I think what the great thing I like about our team is that although we're all friends, I know especially between me and Reis, we have very different personalities. He's very extroverted, and I'm very shy and to myself. And then we like different kinds of media. We like different personalities. So having those two different views on things and different mindsets, to be able to combine them and turn it into something that's not insane on one end. It's not, it's not over the top. It's not lame and boring. It's something that's in between and pleasing, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know, it makes sense in my head. But yeah, I really like that. I think it's important on teams to have different ideas, because I mean, it's cool to have everyone on the same page. You'll be able to finish each other's sentences and just move super, super quick. But, the problem with that is that you end up, filming a dead body in the forest and getting canceled for a while. And, it doesn't usually work out too well if you don't have someone there like, yo, dude, that's not a good idea. But yeah, I don't know. I really like that about our team. I think it's fun. Yeah, and one of the things I like to push on our team is that I try to, between myself and our other two members, is that we need to be ourselves in the podcast. Because I know a lot of people, when they're starting up on something creative, they look at the big people and they say, I want to be like them. And they do everything they can to do exactly what they did. Because, they did it. They're successful. If I copy them, then I'll be successful just like them. But, the thing people look over is that they kind of lose a bit of themselves and they're not real to their personality. And what I find with more creative work is that you can copy something word for word, pixel by pixel. You can copy it exactly. But if your personality sucks, you're not going to be able to actually copy what that person did. It's your personality that makes you successful and sets you apart, even if you have the exact same content. Because as long as we are doing something from ourselves, using inspiration from others, we'll be able to create something new and unique and exciting, hopefully. Hopefully it's interesting to you guys. But yeah, that's what we're working on. We're working on being ourselves and keeping our personalities up. We don't want to just follow the big personalities that we see online. We're trying to do our own thing. Hopefully that comes through. That'd be nice. And yeah, adding on to having a dynamic team, something that's helped me learn is that I know this may sound kind of stupid, but it's kind of helped me learn to be more open-minded and to know that, I don't know everything. Because, in high school, I took lower classes. So I was always the smarter kid in the class. So I always felt like, these people don't know anything. I know everything. And this podcast is kind of out of my realm entirely. And because I'm not a very social person. So going into a very social thing, it's kind of out of my realm. So it's really opened my mind to different things to think about and different things to look at and how to react to certain things. And it's really taught me that I don't know anything. Everything I'm doing, I'm learning as I'm going. This is all brand new to me, and I'm, it's fun to learn new things, but I'm wow, I guess I don't know everything, huh? So we're learning as we're going, and it's a fun experience that we're all going through. And yeah, with that, I've learned that, supporting the others and people you care about in their dreams and in their passions is more important than you might think. Because you go into competition, you're I gotta win. If I help them, I'm not gonna help myself win, because I'm helping them win. They're gonna get ahead of me, and I'm gonna be behind because I'm not working on myself. But the thing is, if the more you prop someone else up, you prop yourself up through making yourself happier, because you're seeing them grow, someone you care about grow, and it makes you happy, and it pushes you to be better as well. And then also, if you're pushing them to grow, they might turn around and push you to grow. So it all kind of works together to push both of you up and push you up, and maybe even further. If you're the one, if you're the one initiating it, you you may get more out of it than the other person. So it's the way you think about it. It's the way you go about things. That'll push you further along than others people, and it'll make you happier as you go and make you more creative and, inspiring to others. So yeah, I don't really know how this will turn out. Hopefully it sounds good. Hopefully it all makes sense, and I'm not just rambling on certain things that don't make sense. Because this whole thing was honestly kind of like a spur of the moment thing. I'm just filming right after I got off of work, so I'm just sitting in my car here filming. But yeah, hopefully it turned out well. Hopefully it was interesting for you guys, because we're going to be able to get a full episode out either later this week or just next Sunday. And I think it'll be a very interesting one where Reis is answering a bunch of questions. So we'll be able to learn more about him, more about our team, more about his goals and dreams, which he has plenty for you guys. So you'll be able to learn more about all of us then. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I'm not really sure if we're going to continue doing StaffCast. I think it'll be very fun and interesting for me and Jana to pursue. And it'll get more content out for you guys. I think having an extra episode a week might be great for us to learn and grow, and it'll be fun for you guys because you get extra content. So yeah, let us know down in the comments if you think this will be fun. Hopefully, if we do it again, I'll have Jana on, and we'll be able to chat a little more, maybe about the podcast, maybe about something else. I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah, this has been StaffCast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hey WaveGang, Reis is out this week, so I thought I'd fill in and just give, short episode here. It's just gonna be audio only, just because I don't have a camera with me.